YouTube, what's it going? The Goat House is back. Today I'm predicting the Philadelphia Eagles 2021 record. We'll also look at best case scenario, worst case scenario, in my opinion. Doing this for every single NFL team. This is the last of the NFC East. Did the AFC East, but again, we're going through every single NFL team. Eventually predict the playoffs and the Super Bowl. You guys will predict everything as well, and that'll turn into a video. So follow our Twitter to get involved in that. Some polls coming out along the way. And as soon as this video is done, I'll actually post a poll. Let me pull it up. So as soon as I finish record predictions for a division, I post this poll. So AFC East was up and finished. So we'll do this for every division. You guys will vote, and this kind of will create a video. So I'll post this soon after I actually upload this video here. So make sure you follow this Twitter. There's a link down below at GoatHouseNFL. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe. And then for all these videos, we're using playoffpredictors.com. Very cool website. Check it out. Yeah, Eagles. What I'm learning is some of these NFC East schedules are a little tough. Mainly for the Eagles, the very beginning. I mean, look at the start of this schedule is pretty ridiculous. For them, though, everyone's counting them out, and it's understandable because Hurts is still a question mark. He impressed me a little bit. He was a little better than I expected him to be, but he kind of started to come back down to earth, later in the year. I think it was more of he got thrown in there, which is tough to do, honestly, when you just get thrown into a bad situation. So give him props for that. Give him credit. But teams, it was very hard to game plan for teams because it was a different style quarterback. And I started to notice teams they were able to game plan against the pass for him a little more effectively. So kind of who knows what we're going to get this year. It's a good offensive line if it's healthy. They improve the receiver unit, mainly with Devontae Smith. But I think this team can be sneaky and win some games that are unexpected, mainly because their pass rush. I think it's one of the best front four plus rotations in the NFL. Yeah, you do worry about them getting, teams getting quick separation because it's kind of Darius Slay out there in terms of not allowing quick separation. I do like addition of Anthony Harris, but I don't know how much part he plays in something like that. But to the predictions, we'll circle back and do best case scenario, worst case. Falcons, Eagles, week 1. This is definitely one that can go either way. I think because the Falcons are pretty much all offense, I do think the Eagles pass rush could probably disrupt that and then make the Falcons, struggle on both sides of the ball pretty much. But, I do think the Falcons defense shown signs last year. They showed some signs there of being solid. I'm going to take the Falcons. I think they get enough offense going in this one. 49ers, Eagles. It's a tough time to play the 49ers because this is kind of that ultimate team that you worry about the injuries, but they're very good if healthy. We know they should be healthy at this point. I'm going to take the 49ers in Dallas on Monday night. I'm going to take the Cowboys. Just too much offense there. And then they got the Chiefs. It's just a rough start. The one that really could go either way is this one. Again, we'll circle back, so they could start with the win, really. I'll give them the win over the Panthers. I think, the Panthers offensive line on paper is looking very rough, maybe worse than football-ish, and the Eagles have that pass rush, and they're going against Sam Darnold to kind of create those turnovers. So I'm going to go with the Eagles there. Give me the Bucks. Man, Raiders changed their offensive line, but I still think it's going to be a top 10 offensive line that they can protect. That could be this one's another way to go either way. And I believe it or not, I actually like the way the Lions match up against the Eagles. I really do. This Lions offensive line's looking like it's going to be one of the best in football. I really think so. It's really complete. I think they can protect Goff here. I think they'll get some things going. I guess why you can argue either way is the Eagles will stop the run at a pretty high level. Lions, you don't want to come out there and run the ball, but that'll probably be a really good game. I like the Lions in Detroit in that one. Chargers, Eagles. I think this is one the Eagles can really sneak away with. Man, the record was rough before that though. 1-7. I didn't think it's a tough schedule. It's a tough schedule. And they get enough pressure on Herbert, kind of throw him off in this game. Brandon Staley's defense should be pretty good, but I think a running quarterback style offense, team that wants to pound the football first, I think can throw him off a little bit. Go with the Broncos on this one. This is a tough one too. Saints can protect their quarterback, Jameis Winston or not. Jalen Hurts was a problem for the Saints last year. It is a different year. Maybe they know how to game plan for him now. I'm going to give the Eagles the win on this one. It's kind of one that's back and forth as well. So I decided with the Eagles on that one. Had the Giants grabbing. I actually had, this is when I'm back and forth. And, the Jets video actually was leaning towards the Jets, but this is one I can go either way with. I'm still not sold that the Jets offensive line is fixed. It's heading in the right direction. Rookie quarterback, that could be the difference there. We're gonna go Eagles. We're gonna go Eagles on that one. Bye week's pretty late. That's pretty tough. Get one over Washington. Get one over the Giants. Washington gets them back. And I did have the Cowboys beating them twice. So 6-11 is not ideal. Again, they can win. Really, they can win 6 games alone because of their pass rush. Kind of go back and look at best case scenario. What's realistic here? How good can they be? Beat the Falcons there. I did have them winning. They could. And I did have them beating the Chargers. They could win both these games. They could. I don't know if they win. I had them beating the Saints too, don't forget. So between the Raiders, Lions, Broncos, I got to give them one loss there. We'll keep that. I did have them pulling one off against Washington. Maybe they pull one off against the Cowboys. I think that's kind of the best case. 10-7 is probably best case, and 9-10 around there. And then worst case probably doesn't look too good. I mean, they're not going to lose all these games. Between these, there's a shot they could win one of these games. That's pretty tough. So something along those lines. Could lose to Washington twice. It could be somewhere around that. They did say they're kind of in a rebuild mode, but they're not stage 1, rebuild mode there. They can definitely turn around quick. I mean, they already have the pass rush, set, and they have some other pieces, not just that. So yeah, around that range. Again, I do think they could win from that pass rush alone. That's just a big time game changer. You look at quarterback play. That's the thing with the Eagles, because there's 3 things that kind of trump being having a complete roster: quarterback play, offensive line play, and pass rush. The pass rush, I think, on paper is one of the best in football. You also factor in the rotation. So check, big time check there. Offensive line, really a lot rides on Andre Dillard stepping up here and staying healthy, but right now, a healthy offensive line, definitely a check. It looks really good. So then it's relying on Jalen Hurts. They got 2 out of 3 checks. If Jalen Hurts just plays solid, then this is a good team. Just like that, it's a pretty damn good team. They're on that 10-win side of things for sure. So a lot does ride on Jalen Hurts and the offensive line staying healthy. I think to look at the 4th thing on the checklist is having playmakers, and that's something they were struggling at in the past, but I mean, you look at Devontae Smith, the young receivers they had last year, going to get better. The running back room is pretty damn deep. Defensive playmakers, they have the pass rush guys I consider playmakers. Darius Slay, they added Anthony Harris, who led the league in interceptions 2 years ago. So they kind of fill those boxes where you start to look, they don't have the best roster, so we're all kind of writing them off a little bit, but they have kind of the impact spots there. So it's a tough team to figure out. I think the beginning part of the schedule, we've seen teams like the Texans last year. Some of us saw the Texans be a lot better, but they started with the schedule. The schedule was rough, and they just started with a terrible record, and everyone gets down. They lose, momentum and everything. The momentum never started, So that's why it's really, really tough to start with a schedule like this. That first game against the Falcons is a must win. And the good thing is, really, it doesn't really matter about the talent in week 1. I've learned that over every single year. It's just who shows up better, who's a little more prepared. That's just how week 1 works. Random things happen. You just got to get out there with a win. You want to start with that 1-0. So, and if they can win, they don't even need to win. You like to win every game, but you don't even need to win the 49ers game. If they could somehow pull off a away game Monday night against Dallas, that is giant. Even if they start 0-2, that is giant, absolutely giant. So we'll see. Definitely an interesting team that they could really flip the script. They can really flip what people are thinking about them. So we'll see what happens there. Let me know your guys' thoughts. It's a tough one again because I love that pass rush, and I'm all for pass rush. Could definitely change games, seasons, be that much of an impact. I'm a huge pass rush guy. I think everyone is at this point, but I like that they're very good across the board, even in the rotation. But that's going to do it for the Eagles video. We're done with the NFC East, so go vote on our Twitter who wins the NFC East. We'll circle back and decide the wild cards eventually. We're getting through every single team for this video. Cannot wait to what's to come here at the Goat House. We got you covered, a full coverage. So like, subscribe, be much appreciated. That is going to do it for this one, though. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.